All right, guys. You know, one of them days you just can't get shit right. It's like I can't get it right, but I think I got something right. Let's go. Ah, yeah, that's better. Okay. This is it. Got it. This is it. Got it. This is it. Got it. All right, let's do it. Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting. I was trying to figure out how to get this camera set up and whatnot, but I got it. I figured it out. I finally figured it out. All right, so we got games on tap today. Did anybody hit? And mental health day, guys. Make sure you take care of your mental health. Have any problems? Let us know. We know where to go to get some help for you. We got phone numbers and stuff like that. Gamblers Anonymous, if you need some help, we can get your phone numbers for that as well. Make sure you always take care of your mental health first. Without that, you're done. All right? If you're at work, you can't do it. Talk to your doctor. But your mental health is always important. Okay, with that being said, let's get it going. So today we got some games on tap. I got today is the last week. I mean, today is the last day in the week. I haven't hit all this week, right? So normally I usually hit for it. Well, I hit like for one game and two games, trying to get my money up. But for me, that doesn't count. What counts is anything over like 4 legs, 5 legs, stuff like that. Hell, even if you got two and you put big money on it, that's what you consider a big win. I have none of them, right? So we're gonna try to work this out. So see if we can get it today or tomorrow. Hopefully, the ones that I put out today are pretty decent. Um, the Tigers are on a losing streak, but right now they're hanging in strong with the Blue Jays. The Tigers just got to get some pitching, guys. Yeah. What else am I talking? I don't know, but pretty much we're getting ready to get started on this. If you have any questions, feel free to dive right in. Yeah, so like when I was coming up, in the '80s and the '90s, prefer more like the '90s. I mean the '80s. Mental health was not a big deal, right? You said mental health, everybody put their head down and walked away because what came with that was pretty negative and kind of like degrading. But as time went on, things have gotten better. Mental health, and then you're good now. Now and again, you're always gonna have people who laugh, but those are okay. Now watch this. Watch this. I knew a person, right, who had not a mental problem, but they were taking care of their mental health, and they went and got a therapist, right? Well, there was another person around it, was in our group, started laughing at the guy, right? Just laughing at him and saying that he was crazy, right? And this person got more problems than anybody to know. You know what I mean? So you got to consider the source. People are gonna make fun of you. People are gonna say different things, but the mental health always comes first. Anybody that laughs at you or anything like or pokes fun at it, that means that they've got one and they're just trying to keep it hid, right? So with the guy when they was laughing and talking, I was just like, man, how you going? You got to consider the source. This person likes to well, I didn't get into that, but the bottom line is the person that was laughing at him was a hypocrite because their problems was worse than his. But with that being said, people just want to. It's always if people are always just trying to make you look bad. Sometimes some people will do that to you, right? So you got to be careful who you talk to when you got your mental health deal going on. Talk to anybody that's qualified, not the ones that's qualified. Can you share it with your friends? Absolutely. It's not a bad thing, guys. There's hypocrites all over the place, right? So you can't worry about what anybody else says, because trust me, the hypocrites are large and in charge. I also knew a situation with some peeps, and as as they were doing some, let me see, how do you say that? They were being deviant, right? At the time, and as they was in a, how can I say this? Hold on, I'm sorry. They were taking part in deviant behavior, right? And as they were doing that, they was judging some other person. And then I looked at them and I go, you do know what you're doing right now, right? So why are you talking about her? So yeah, people can be hypocrites, right? And when I say deviant behavior, being a deviant, doing stuff that's socially not right. Right? But it's always gonna be that, right? I used to care when I was younger, but now I don't give a shit. Because the people that's making fun of you are the ones with problems. All right, let's get at it. So the Twins look like they're gonna try to deal Richardson. Looks like it. Okay, so Toronto 0, Detroit 0. Top the end of the eighth, right? Um, holy crap! Guzman had 10 strikeouts. Screwball 7. I don't know what his. I think his was like 2.5 or 6.5. If it's 6.5, you're in the house. Let me go double check. All right, I had Turk Screwball down for 6.5 strikeouts, and I had Kevin Guzman down for 5.5 strikeouts. If this stays the way it is, it looks pretty good for me today. I did post these, so if you follow that, you guys are looking swell. All right, I'll deal with that later at the end of the show. But let's get going. All right, guys. Football season is getting ready to start. Football season is upon us. Next week we'll have the first preseason game in the NFL. And as a matter of fact, I turned on the TV. It was yesterday, and they had a ACC like talk show about football. It was like getting ready. So I'm like, damn, man. Is the kids even at school yet? And you guys on TV, right? So I don't know. Yeah, but it is that time. And remember, guys, we want to go in there and get the ESPN. Hold on for 1 minute. Yeah, that's the ESPN, guys. ESPN. Yeah, ESPN. This is one of the this is one of the better sport books that's out there that you guys can use. You can use it on like sorry. You can use that on football games, and you can tease them because more often than not, college football you really need to know how to tease because college football can be very tricky, right? So when you're playing college football, you may run into a whole bunch of situations where you have inflated spreads, inflated under overs, right? And it's done on purpose, right? And that's up to you to figure it out. That's why I say you always do your homework. You check your teams and everything, and that way, when the sports books or Vegas pulls their little tricks, you can go, oh no, and remember what I told you. So it was like glass. 2 weeks ago, and I can't remember who they were playing, but I know it was the Blue Jays and the Orioles. And the Orioles were not favored, and neither was Toronto. I can't remember who they were playing, but I was like, oh no, this matchup is not, I mean, it's not favorable for who they're giving it to. So when you know something like that, it's not, they're not trying to trick you. Well, yeah, they are. What they do is they just want to put that out there. So if you don't know about the teams and you don't know what other team is, how they're set up and whatnot, you're gonna go, okay, I'm gonna go with the favorite because people like to go with the favorites. Get a quick buck. Let me bet on the favorite. Well, if you know that team is not, shouldn't be favored, then you have an advantage. But if you're the average Joe and you're trying to get out here and you're trying to learn how to, you know, uh, build parlays and whatnot. And Vegas and these sport books go in there and put a team or put a game in there, and a team that's supposed to be favored, sometimes they don't favor that team. They put it on the other team. Now, if you did your homework and whatever, then you go, oh hell no. So what happened with me is about 2 weeks ago, Baltimore was playing somebody, right? And Baltimore had the edge on pitching, hitting, and all of that. And they were hitting good against lefties because the guy that was pitching was a lefty, right? So I said, you know what? I'm going to go in here and tease this one because this is going to be easy. So what I did was they gave, it was like the Orioles plus the points, 1.5. So what I did was I went in and I upped it, right, to get more money. So I took Baltimore plus 3. You said, damn, Ron, that's arrogant. That's kind of like, I said, well, because I knew the match. And guess what? I ended up winning that one. I ended up winning the Toronto one. And I just gave myself some extra money, right? But here's the deal with that. You have to learn how to tease games. Sometimes you can get into something and you can go, this game don't seem right? And only you will have that feeling. When you have that feeling, and then you can act on it. You can go, okay, I don't like this one. So I'm going to take the point spread down, right? Or you go, you know what? Why is St. Mary's of the Blind favored by 12? Then you drop it down to 5. You go, yeah. Now 5 is manageable, right? I mean, I'm just talking. You'll say to yourself, yeah, 5 is manageable, and it is, right? But because if you know that they're not that good, right? But Vegas is good because they do that with Michigan. They do that with Ohio State, Texas, Florida, all of the bigger teams. They will inflate those spreads. Now, the teams that you don't need to tease and they cover the spread, sometimes, well, Jay Madison was kind of like, 2 years ago, they always covered. Last year, they weren't too good on covering the spread. Michigan and Ohio State. Now, watch this. Well, wait, let me finish. I'm sorry. I digress. I'm moving too fast. Teams that's going to cover the point spread, who usually covers in college football, we have Tulane. We have SMU. Memphis. Right? And there's a couple other ones. And then you got James Madison. James Madison is like in a different division, but sometimes they usually cover, right? SMU. If you see SMU out there and they're playing, and I'm sorry, I didn't clarify. If you see good teams playing bad teams, like horrible teams, but they inflated the over-under or the spread, you can always go in there and change it, right? Because a lot of times, like Michigan and Ohio State, they don't like to run the score up. Now, can they run it up? Well, of course they can. Have they? Well, yeah and no. They do it, but it's because you gotta stop them, right? But they won't be throwing the ball, and when they get down by the end zone, they probably throw some incomplete passes on purpose. Michigan and Ohio State's not going to run the score up on you. Now, will Michigan and Ohio State run the score up on each other? Hell yeah, if they could, because they hate each other. But you just want to get ready to tease. And that's what it's all about. Because that way you can get some easy money, fast money. I saw Fantastic Four. It was actually good. It was better than, in my opinion, it was better than Superman. All right. This last Superman that they just made, it was Superman, right? And I couldn't get with it, right? Because you know the plot, right? You know Lex Luthor is going to be in there somewhere, right? So you kind of know, they're gonna be throwing fisticuffs and all of that, boom, 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 right? But when you got a Marvel movie, everything is not all about that. So, and those who read Marvel, you know it's always story after story, and then the sub story. It's just ongoing, and it's all interesting. So, with the Fantastic Four, you got four of these guys. They smart, right? And they were just doing their talking and stuff like that, and kind of. And what was great when they had the Mole Man on there. The Mole Man was actually pretty funny. I'm not gonna talk about it, guys, but Mole Man on the Fantastic Four was good. But in my opinion, that last Superman movie that just came out last week, I don't like it. Um, it's okay, right? But it's Superman, right? Marvel always gonna have something more interesting, and that's why they were like that. I mean, that's why I started reading it back in the '70s because they had sub stories after sub stories, and then Bobby Drake is gay, and yeah, Bobby Drake. You know who Bobby Drake is, the Iceman. But I like it better. So if you ask me what was the better Superman movie, I'll go Man of Steel all time. Man of Steel was number one. And then number two, I'm gonna go with Superman 2 with the old General Zod and those guys. That was awesome too. Now outside of that, Disney's just getting on my nerves though. Hey Carl, what did he do? Did he give it up? Fucking guys, man. It's fucking bullshit. I mean, I was trying to dodge these scores, but here goes Carl. And I got it. God damn it, man. What the fuck? And don't look now, but the Tigers, the Tigers getting one hit. They only got one hit. Hey Carl, we fucking suck, dude. Let's just face it. And I said yesterday I wasn't gonna bet on the Tigers. Did it anyway. Because I was like, it's screwable. Well, it's not over with. Mm. Ooh, man, I forgot. That's okay. Oh, for 1 minute, guys. Hold on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, oh, for 1 minute, guys. 1 minute. Hold on. It may spin, but it's okay. A couple of the games I didn't bet on the Tigers, so we should be. If you with me, we should be okay. All right. So I didn't bet on them because I think one game I did. One game, and the only reason was because it's screwball. And remember, I told you guys you may not want to do it, but whenever you see these guys, certain pitchers, you gotta put your money on them like that. Screwball is. I wouldn't say he's better than Guzman, but this year he is. Guzman is a pretty good, reliable pitcher, and I knew it was gonna go under. So, boom, there you have it. I'm not even gonna get off into that, Carl, because I'm getting ready to get to talk about what we're going to do tomorrow. Yeah, this is the end. This is the last part of July, guys. We're almost done with this year. We're halfway through it now. Well, over halfway through. Well, not over. Yeah, yeah, we're over halfway through. July 27th. Um, Dodgers versus Boston. LA has Dustin May going up against Boston, Walker Bueller. But watch this, guys. In my opinion, Dustin Mays is not what you think. Well, what you want to call like a eight, like the ace of the club. I mean of the Yankees or the Dodgers. He's not the ace, right? Um, would I trade to get him? No. Um, if he was on any other team, he probably would have a high ERA and a worse record than what he. Because right now he's 6-6, ERA 4.73, and that's good, right? That's pretty good. But if you know baseball and whatnot, he's playing on the Dodgers, right? So probably some of those games he should have lost, he won because the bats backed him up. That's what it's all about, right? But you can't hate on him. It is what it is. Boston, Scott Walker Bueller. You know what, guys? I'll go with Boston tomorrow. I really will. I'm going to take Boston on the money line tomorrow. They're both 6-6, right? Bueller's ERA is 5.72, and fuckfaces. I'm sorry, Dustin May, his ERA is 4.73. Dustin May also has 92 strikeouts. Walker Bueller has 67 strikeouts. I'm sorry. Dustin, 92 strikeouts. Bueller, 67 strikeouts. Will I bet on that game tomorrow? Probably not. Right? But I just went through it. I can guarantee you I won't bet on it. Well, simply because of the fact that these pitchers are kind of like mirror images of each other. And I don't like Dustin May like that. I think Dustin May is a good pitcher. If and some on some other teams, if he played on somebody else's team, his record would probably be worse than what it is. He's got those big backs to back him up. I don't have time to try to figure that out, so I'm going to move on. So we go Diamondbacks and Pirates. Zach Gallen, 7-11, ERA 5.58, strikeouts 116 strikeouts. Going up against Paul Skeens. Paul Skeens is 5-8, ERA 1.91, 137 strikeouts. Yeah. So, and I do this a lot, guys. I trash teams that need to be trashed. You got Paul Skeens, right? Best young pitcher besides that kid in Milwaukee. You knew this going into the season. You knew this, right? But yet, you don't go out and get any help with those bats. You've got fans that's paying top dollar in Pittsburgh. Because Pittsburgh people are blue-collar people, and they love their sports. Now, they coming out, and they spending all this money, and you didn't get your guys no bats. You have to. And Paul Skeens, in my opinion, he shouldn't be, what is that, 6-5 or, no, 8, 5-8? He shouldn't be 5-8, right? He's pitched a lot of good games that he should have won. But, the Pirates management, I don't know, maybe they don't want to win this year. But I tell you what, you should always try to win. But you know what? I wonder if the MLB has profit sharing. Or revenue sharing, not profit, but revenue sharing. And I didn't see that, Carl. Hold on, let me just. Struble, 7 shutout innings. West comes in and gives up 2. Well, well, watch this, Carl. Watch this. If Screwball asked to be pulled out of that game, I'm okay with it. But if it was unsolicited, it's just not their Carl. They don't have the Tigers. The Blue Jays have a better bullpen, man. So I mean, how many places are they out of first? Let's go look. Because it's starting to get stupid. Oh. So Screwball got out. Did they get out of the inning without any hits or anything? Because if he got out and they still scored runs, then that shit's gonna be. They're gonna give it to Screwball. But if they got out of the jam, then that was a good move. What happened? Huh. Let's see, where are we? Where are we? Oh, Jack. So Screwball. Who got him out of the jam? Okay, well you just said yeah. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Whoa, what the fuck, man? What are they doing? This is absolutely ludicrous. What it? It's my fault. All right. Toronto Blue Jays are a good team. I knew this going in. A lot of times, guys, when I take a team that I know should lose, sometimes I do it for the points, right? But to try to get that money. But today, I'm just like a complete idiot. Fuck me. This is so dumb. What inning is this in? Okay, it's in the 9th inning. 2 outs. What a. Well, yeah, I'm not. I'm not gonna focus on that anymore. I'm about to get busy, right? Because these guys suck. Washington is winning. Yeah, but I think that ticket. Yeah, I see that 6-0. But I think that ticket that I took. I think that ticket that I took with Washington. I think is dead. I think I lost out early on that one. I think that was dead, Carl. I'm not really sure. Maybe I don't know. If it was the last one I posted, then I'm good. Let me see. Who? You talking about the Tiger game? Yeah. Yeah. Let me look in here and see what's going on. Blue Jay 6. So that's the Blue Jay 6. All right, I'm about to get started. The Tigers suck. They blow. Um, Pittsburgh 2, Arizona 0, Tampa 2, Cincinnati 2. Baltimore 6, Colorado 0, Atlanta 3, Texas 4. In the bottom of the fourth, Chicago Cubs and the White Sox, the showdown in Chi-Town, 0-0. Miami 2, Milwaukee 3. The Marlins have 2 on and 2 out. Now remember, guys, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think. Remember, I told you, I said, don't be surprised if the Marlins is playing over 500 at the end of the year. They're on their way, right? The Athletics 1, the Houston 0. Come on, you piece of crap. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Blue Jays 6, Tigers 0. Pirates beating up on the D-backs 2-0. Cincinnati and Tampa tied at 2 in the 7th. The Orioles 6, the Rockies 0. That's in the 6th inning. Braves and the Rangers 3-4, right? Bottom of the 4th with 2 outs. I took the over in that game, so I guess I'm looking pretty good, right? Then we got the Cubs and the White Sox, which I told you is deadlocked at 0 in the 6th inning. That's a really good game. Believe it or not, guys, today was a good day for baseball. It just really was. Athletics 1, Astros 0. In the top of the 5th, the Nationals and the Twins. Holy crap. The Nationals are beating the piss out of the Twins. And I think I took the Twins on one of these, right? Yeah. I don't know. Dodgers and the Red Sox. It's the Red Sox 3, Dodgers 2. Guardians 6, Royals 2, Padres 2, Cardinals 1. Top of the 5th. All right. Everything else is later on. All right, let's get back at these other games. Right? Okay. Now this is for tomorrow. And I'm not going. I don't like that Boston game. I'm gonna go through here and pick out the games that I deem appropriate. Right. Diamondbacks and Pirates. Right. Why? Is because they got Paul Skeens pitching tomorrow. Colorado and the Orioles. No. Carlos Rendon versus Zach Wheeler, Phillies and the Yankees. Whether you know it or not, guys, with the Yankees and the Phillies playing, you may be looking at the preview of the World Series. Hold on. You know what, guys? I think I've got something I want to share with you guys. It's kind of hilarious. but I'll probably wait. No, I don't probably want to. Well, whatever. I'm not. Uh-huh. All right, here we go. All right. Carlos Rondon versus Zach Wheeler. Yeah, that's the game we're going to use. We're going to go with, right? And so in a game like this, guys, what do you want to do? You want to take the under right away. You want to take the under. After you take the under, do you want to do a nerf feed? Nope. Why? Why is because now, these are two playoff caliber teams. You probably could get away with it, right? You probably could because you got Carlos Rondon, who's no slouch. Zach Wheeler, he's no slouch. What is this? So it's hit or miss, right? But if you want to take anything, I would say don't take the nerfy on this one. Just take under 1.5 after the first inning. Under 1.5. All right, so Tampa and the Reds. Tampa and the Reds, guys. We're looking at a game that probably well, no. I was gonna say go over, but I don't know. I don't think so. Max Scherzer 1-0, ERA 5.14, 28 strikeouts against Jack Flannery. That's Carl's boy. Jack Flannery is 5-10, ERA is 4.77. He's got 130 strikeouts. You do have to go with that game, right? We'll take the under. Right? Not only will we take the... Well, you know what? We're talking about Max Scherzer. Let's look at his record. You know, anytime you see a crafty vet like this, they get tired faster. So let's look and see what we have going on for him in the last 3 games. So the last 3 games, he played against the Yankees. He went 5 innings, allowed 5 hits, 4 runs. Walked 1 batter, struck out 4. The 11th of July, he won that game. He went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, and 3 runs. The next game, LA Dodgers, 4th inning, he went all the way 4. So, you know what, guys? Is it safe to say we can fade them? I think so. I think we can fade the Blue Jays tomorrow. Again, you probably want to do this at your own risk if you want to fade them. But I think what the hell, man? You just get another parlay. But you can fade the Blue Jays tomorrow. Why? And that's because Scherzer, if you just, when I read that stat out to you, out of 3 weeks, he's only went 6 innings. From the last 3 games, from I want to say July 22nd, July 11th, and July 5th, this dude allowed 5 hits in those last 3 games. 5, right? Well, Ron, how many runs? It doesn't matter, right? Because it does and it doesn't. It does and sometimes it don't. Here's why it doesn't matter to me. Because if you give up 5 hits, you might give up. And see, when he gave it up, it was at a good time. I guess the bases wasn't loaded. But if you're giving up 5 hits, one of those hits is going to be when it's a lot of people on base. Because you never know, right? So when a guy is constantly giving up 5 hits, and how many innings is he pitched? He's at 5. You know, it drops down. Keep in mind, it's Max Scherzer, good pitcher. He's older now, right? So, do I think we can fade Toronto tomorrow? I think so. I really do. Hold on, guys. Okay, let's get this going. You always want to see a good pitching matchup. Gives you a lot of chance to make a lot of points. If you know, and sometimes that doesn't even matter, you know. The Angels, I mean the Athletics and the Astros, no. Watch this. Um, Perez from the Marlins, he's 3-3, ERA 3.28, 40 strikeouts. He's going up against Brandon Woodruff, who's 2-0, ERA 1.65. So they probably just brought him up. If that being the case, guys, I would take this game, and I will take the under. And not only would I take the under on this one, I'm going to take the Marlins to win this one. So, for what it's worth, you can take them on the money line. You can take them on the spread. The choice is yours. Me, if you're low on cash and you got bad luck, and you want to change your luck for the better or help out, then you'll probably be better going with the Marlins. The Marlins on the money line. All right. San Diego and St. Louis, you blow. New York and the Giants, you blow too. All these guys are starting to blow. Hey, can you say that on this channel? Or would I get canceled out? Okay, wait. Okay, Ron, I'm out. About to head downtown for the fight. What fight? What is he talking about? Yeah. I know there was a UFC fight today, and the Sharp Pirate, or the Sharp Pirate or whatever, and I took him today. He actually won. Now, when I saw that, though, I said, I got to make another one, and just to have him lose. Because he was having a, I mean, if you get the guy that beat him, he's got, that's a big payday. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. That's a big payday. So you always want to get one. This is stupid. Hold on. I swear to God, guys, I can't do this anymore with the Tigers. I just can't. It's doing too much. They doing too much. We're trying to win some money, and these guys is falling on hard times. Let me see, where are we? I took the Houston Astros simply because of the fact Brown is on the mound. Okay, where's the Tigers game? All right, 6-1, 7. So I took the under. I think the under was at 7. So we don't have to worry about that. All right, let's get back in here. Carl, have a great time once you get out, man. Have a good time and get some barbecue. Bring me some back. It's real hot. I bet you it's still hot in the D, ain't it? Do I miss it? Hell yeah, I do. Yeah, I mean the difference between, but don't get me wrong, right? I love San Diego. It's a little bit on the expensive side. Well, I don't know. You know, it's huge. It's on the expensive side. It's like expensive here. When we moved here, we moved from the Bay, and the Bay Area was high. And I kept saying, my big mouth, I'm like, well, why is it cheaper to live in San Diego versus the Bay? And in San Diego, to me, he's got the beach, the sunshine, and all that. Where after COVID and everything, I think the universe heard me talking shit, and they probably says, okay, let's give him what he wants. But whatever, right? You're paying you're paying out here. You're paying for the sunshine, right? And it does get cold out here, guys. It really do. So what is this? There we go. So where were we? Guys, make sure you like and subscribe too. It's always good for people to like and subscribe. It gets my numbers up. Numbers get better. So, yeah, please help a guy out because I suck. All right, so where are we now? All right, guys. So the only games that I'm interested in tomorrow, the Mets game. San Francisco doesn't have their pictures up yet, but I like that Mets game. Singa, and then we've got the Mariners and the Angels. It doesn't. I don't like either one of these teams. If you ask me to pick a team, I'll take the Mariners. The Braves and the Rangers. This game is going to go over, just like I predicted today. This game right here is going to go over. Over, take the over. And then we've got the Washington Nationals versus Minnesota. Jake Irvin is 7-5, 84 strikeouts. Minnesota doesn't have their team posted yet, so hopefully they will soon. Chicago Cubs against the White Sox tomorrow. Shane Burke. Now Shane Burke's been coming along really good, guys. 4-8. This is his record. Is 4.19. This is his ERA for the White Sox. So he's getting a little better. Will I bet on this game? No. Right? But that's it for today on this one. Right? So I'll just recap what I like and who I'll take. The Red Sox versus the Dodgers. I took the Dodgers. I took the Red Sox on the money line. The Pittsburgh Pirates versus the Diamondbacks. The Pittsburgh has been surging lately after the All-Star break. They beat the Tigers, and did they sweep them or no? Just maybe 2 games they got. I'm gonna take the the Pirates, and they got Paul Skeens, so I'll take the Pirates in that game. I know I didn't pick the Rockies and the Orioles because that game sucks. Philadelphia versus the Yankees. Rondon versus Zach Wheeler. We'll definitely take this one. You go in and you take the under, and then you go at least 4 to 5 strikeouts for these guys. If they give you the over 6.5 strikeouts, then you take it. Remember, if they give you over 6.5 strikeouts, over under, then you take it. And when I say take it, you take it and you bet on it. 6.5. Don't forget. You don't even have to pick a winner in this game. And that's my philosophy, right? So if you got a pitching game, a pitcher's duel going on, you look at it, you see who's pitching, and you understand what they're leading the league in, the pitchers, and then you just bet accordingly. You're gonna take the under. Um, the strikeout props for both of the pitchers. Don't go overboard, right? So here, watch this. Because here's Vegas and another one of their dirty tricks. I swear to God, man, these guys. I just, I don't even know why I bother. But so when okay, I figured it out. So when you have like the Phillies versus the Yankees, and they got good pitchers, and their stats are like up here, and they're good stats. You can almost go for a nerfy on this one because this is going to be like a playoff game, right? So would I take a Yankees and Phillies game on the take a nerfy? Yeah, I mean you might as well. And why is because this is a playoff game. Pretty much. Both of these guys are going to be in the playoffs. So you want to take a nerfy on this one? At least you know where you stand at, right? You take the nerfy, you take the under, pitch your props, and you get the hell out. I mean, you're done. If you want to go back and get the winner of the game, you can take Carlos Rondon. He's a lefty. You can take him at home. But you basically have to take the player prop strikeouts. Carlos Rondon, 4 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts, 4 strikeouts. So his last three games, 5 innings, 8 innings, 5 innings. 6 hits, 4 hits, 5 hits. Let's look at Zach Wheeler. Guys, I mean, if you want to, you got to take Zach Wheeler. I don't care about Carlos Rondon. You got to take Zach Wheeler. You know why? Listen to this fucker. I mean, this guy's stats. The last 3 games, he struck out 10. On the 12th of July, in San Diego, he struck out 6. Then on July 6th, he just ran all over Cincinnati. Right? He struck out 12, allowed 1 run, and this guy, he one-hit him. He one-hit Cincinnati. He only allowed Cincinnati to 1 hit. And that's good because Cincinnati's got a good pitcher. I mean, a good ball club. So if you hold them to 1 hit, man, you're doing good. But if I had to, I'm taking the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line and on the run line. Because don't you guys understand that Philadelphia could probably win everything? Do you know that? Well, I'm letting you know. Tigers don't have enough pitching, right? Their bullpen sucks. And I kind of knew that going into the season. And as it was going on, I'm like, okay. And here's how I knew. So normally, if you're doing point spreads and stuff like this, and you're looking at the different teams, you look at who has the better pitching staff or the better their stockpile with good pitchers. That's Philadelphia. Ron, why are you not looking? I don't need to look at a computer. You know why? Because it's Wheeler, Sanchez. But Nola is out. Where's Nola? So we got all of these guys, right? Pitchers. Ranger Suarez, right? You got a lot of them, man. The Phillies is one of the baseball programs that you don't really have to worry about who they have pitching the next day because they got good pitchers. Let me go here and look it up, man. I'm gonna just tell you guys what it is. Also, guys, make sure you like and subscribe, but please. I just want the pictures. All right, here we go. And I just count them out. Jesus Lazario. Now, when we're talking about the Phillies, and here's why I say you'll never have to worry about pitchers with the Philadelphia. Jesus Lazario, Christopher Sanchez, Ranger Suarez, T.J. Walker, Zach Wheeler. Where's Nola? I mean, I'm gonna find out really quick. I don't know where he must. Nola must be hurt. Yeah, Nola's hurt. And his record is like 1-7, ERA 6.16. He's definitely hurt. But watch this. Watch this. Once he gets his thing together and he comes back, he's good. So again, how many guys did I count? I counted a lot, right? Nola, right? But I don't. You heard what I said. You know, right? They've got some of the best pitchers around. Hold on for 1 minute, guys. Hold on. All right, guys, I am back. Yeah, so tomorrow should be a decent game, a decent day. But I told you guys earlier, Shar Madagli, I can't pronounce. He's a Russian, UFC fighter. I put him down, and he won the day. Some of these guys, like, I think he's a Russian, I think, but I picked him out. Right? I just did my homework on, and I took another guy, I think. I don't know. I have to look. But one of the things, guys, is when you've got games in baseball and you have pitching duels, you always want to gravitate to that game because you can you can do same game parlays with those games, right, and win a lot of money. You can win about 150 on this one, 200 on that one, 50 on this one, depending upon what teams are playing each other. So, for example, today the Blue Jays and the Tigers went at it. That was a pitching duel. I took the under in that game. What was the final score? The final score was a Toronto 6, Detroit 1, right? Um, I also took um, Terp Scribble to throw over 6.5 strikeouts. That made it. I took Guzman to throw over 5.5 strikeouts. This fucker threw like 11, right? So that walked, right? So now we got the under. I mean, we got the over. I mean, the under. We got the two pitching props. I don't know if I went with a nerfer or not, but let's just say you can go with one, right? You can go with a lot of stuff and pimp that whole team out without even picking the winner of the game, right? Some guys have problems with it and some don't. I had a problem with it because I was thinking, because it's my team. I like the Tigers. So when you like a team, sometimes it's kind of hard, right? So those are the games that's going to be slated for tomorrow. I'm going to get off of here, but I'm going to put these guys up on the schedule for tomorrow. If you guys have any questions right now, I mean, I can talk to you guys. Yeah, I can talk to you guys. Also, make sure that you guys get that ESPN app, right? Let me get that for you. Hold on. Hey, where's the game? Where's the thing at? Yeah, I hope you guys watched the Fantastic Four. It's a pretty cool movie, right? What I'm trying to do is get you this ESPN thing, so we could be ready to rock and roll when the football season starts. ESPN, in my opinion, is better than Caesars or whatnot. You can tease in what city? What is that? That's FanDuel. But I don't know how to do it. I tried, right? And instead of teasing one game, it's like they wanted me to tease the whole damn games on the sheet. You don't want to do that because if that being the case, you're really gonna lose money, right? It was just kind of weird, but maybe somebody will help me and show me how to tease on FanDuel. Usually teasing it should be easy, but not with FanDuel. Plus, you don't really need to tease with FanDuel. Man, I'm so tired. This fucking sucks. Alright. Alright, here's the ESPN code. I'm going to send it to you guys. ESPN. Bet. Alright. Oh, there it is, right there. So if you guys need it, please sign up. That'll give me a chance to to get my commission for it or whatnot. But please, guys, make sure you sign up. What else is it to talk about? Pretty much nothing. I'm actually kind of tired today, but I'm gonna work through it, get through it. I don't know. Oh, I always go off topic. I don't really care. But I was watching this thing yesterday with what's Jay-Z's wife's name? Yeah. Well, she's singing like country and western, right? And the country western people like her. They love her, right? Or some, right? And then my daughter goes, "Well, yeah, they kind of pissed because she's trying to cross over." I mean, let her, man. That's like the ultimate money maker, crossing over. Once you cross over to a lot of different audiences, you're good, man. You're pretty much good. Now, so now watch this. Usually, like R&B singers don't really cross over like that, and vice versa, right? But if you got a niche, man, and you can do it, go ahead and do it. Get that money, get it. But make sure you pay Uncle Sam, because Uncle Sam will have a fit. Hold on. I'm tired too, man. I am so tired. This sucks. Yeah, baseball starts next week. So, I mean, you got the Hall of Fame game. You're gonna have. Somebody was on Facebook talking about they were, for crying out loud, they're gonna call off sick for next Thursday to see the Lions and the Chargers. You know what? That's dumb, right? Because they're not. You're not even going to. You're not even going to see a game, right? These are all going to be. So the starters, they might have the starters play maybe one or two series at tops, and then they're out of there. If you bet on the game, you don't know what you're betting on, right? So you also want to stay right away from that. Because you don't know. You don't know who you're betting on. You don't know because you don't even know who's going to be playing. Because I'm sure a lot of those first stringers will not play in that Hall of Fame game. It depends on what ESP or not ESPN, but the um, the NFL people say, right? So hold on. Yeah. So I tell you what, guys, I am tired. I'm out of here. I'm gonna put something together for tomorrow. I'll put it up. Hey, you guys be cool. All right. You have any questions? Just let me know. Email me. Drop a note in my comment section or whatever, and then I'll reach back out to you. I'm tired. I'm gonna take a break and lay down. You guys are so awesome. Peace.